Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm your boy Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. For the first time since the 80s, LPs, records, have started to outsell CDs. I just heard about that today, and the first thing I thought is, who the hell buys CDs these days? Seriously. It's all digital. Who buys CDs? I don't even remember the last time I bought a CD. The last CD that I can remember buying was Spice World because of Viva Forever. Oh, it just hit me right in the feels. Right in the feels. And to get that CD, I had to pay about 30 bucks. And that would have been before 2000, so that must be, wait, 3% per year. Yeah, it was, well, it was a lot more money back then. And I had to wait about 3 weeks. I had to go to that stand in the hardware store and go through all the CDs to pick out the one I wanted. Now, it should be said that I'm about 3 hours from a major metropolis area, but just to give you an idea how long it would take you to get that stuff sometimes. The information wasn't out there, and all of a sudden MP3s come along, and bam, it was so easy for a lot of people. The world was finally at their fingertips. The reason why everyone was moving to the city was immediately right in front of them in their living room, for the entertainment, for the things to do. One of the big reasons that the small town is dying, because there's nothing there. Maybe at one point there was a reason to go to these small areas and raise a business, raise a farm or something like that. But if then after a while, it's like if you weren't related to any of these individuals, all of that stuff just went. The railway went, and there's no reason to be in the small town. And now that COVID has come around, there is a reason to get out of the big cities. For the first time, cities are no longer getting bigger. For the first time, major metropolis areas are no longer getting bigger because the flash, the glamour, the fame, the fizzle can be found anywhere. You can get it anywhere these days. And I think that it's also one thing that stopped. That's one reason that the consumerism, the now, the new, and the everything, the fact that you could get that everywhere. It's like it's not just okay to be homosexual in cities. You can do it in small towns, and it's acceptable. So there's no reason to go to the city. There might be people that have shallow points of view in the small town, also in the city, but at the same time, now it's not there anymore. Or old men just keep their mouths shut. And the older ones, well, they're freaking gone. So times have changed. It's awesome. And it's like the consumerism that rocked us, that made us want to go to the city, which involved these CDs, these new things that were locked away to us in the small area. Because all we had to expose us to this was news and television. And now we have so much. We're wired right into it. The tendrils of the information superhighway have made it out to the small towns, and in fact some of the small towns in my areas actually have better internet than the cities. Fiber to the home in a lot of these small towns around me. It's not like that in the city. When I talk to Bell, they're like, oh yeah, we'll get it in the city, and then we'll have it over your way. Well, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it coming into the city just yet. And I work for places in the city that are still running a T1 line. It's like, really, T1? Bring us some fiber. Bring that fiber right in here. But that's just how she goes. Now, CDs didn't have something romantic that records had. With records, you had to love them like your lover. Like a spurned lover. You had to take such good care of them. If you've never used a record before, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta be so careful with them. And when they're done, raising the arm and moving it over, taking it out of the package, having it out of the package without getting dust on it, putting it on the CD tray or the record tray, getting the needle over there. If you drop that record, you might have just lost one of your favorite tunes. One time, I shouldn't talk about one time in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I brought the needle up and I moved it over the wrong way, and now I have a skip on my record. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta treat them right. You gotta treat them like they're babies. Like they're babies. You gotta take care of them. You gotta organize them. You have to be organized. With CDs, you can just toss them anywhere almost. You can toss them anywhere. But it's an interesting switch. It's an interesting change in the way things go. Do you remember your last CD? Post, leave it in the comments. I'm curious, what was your last new CD that you purchased? I purchased all kinds of used CDs, and I found a lot of CDs, and I made a lot of CDs. But I think that was the last CD that I ever bought. I think that was the last CD that I ever bought. I remember waiting for it so long, for so frickin' long. Yeah. If it wasn't that, then it's got to have been one of those dance hits that came out after the 2000s. Canada Electric Dance was a huge thing. And, oh, I loved it. It's like a tech channel, right? What can I say? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the world's changing. Sometimes it moves back, sometimes it moves forward. Let's hope it moves in the right direction. But anyways, that's it for me. That from Nest Tech Bits. Have a good one, folks, and take care of each other, okay?